Hello and welcome to AFL Oddities episode 21 of the 2023 season. In this video you can see Dangerfield dives on the ball, he does sort of half get up, Ollie Wines comes in, Dangerfield gets on his back, the umpire thinks Dangerfield hasn't done enough to dispose of the ball and therefore calls a holding the ball against Dangerfield. What do you think about that one? Do you think it was a holding the ball call against Dangerfield? Watching it on the night, I actually thought that Ollie Wines would have been paid a holding the ball free against him, so Dangerfield would have got the free, but I guess the umpire saw this differently. No, the video is fine, this isn't me, this is the Fox footy stream for quite a bit of the Adelaide and the Gold Coast Suns game. I'm not entirely sure what was going on, they clearly had technical difficulties. The cool thing that I don't think I've ever seen before is this coloured bar, I don't know what it's called, leave a comment below if you know what it's called. And this little whale that bounces around the screen. I've never seen that before. Cozzy Pickett's a chance for goal of the year here as he breaks Jack Zeebel's ankles. The old man is just far too slow for someone as quick as Cozzy Pickett. In the very last minute of the West Coast and Bombers game, you can see that the umpire throws the ball up instead of bouncing it, and it is probably one of the worst throw ball ups I've ever seen. It clearly gives the Bombers an advantage. They clear the ball and then they end up kicking the winning goal. How's that for match fixing? Bailey Smith gets a free kick for a high contact and he is just far too quick for his own boots. He completely loses control of his feet and luckily for him he doesn't cause a turnover, but it's pretty funny to see in the first quarter. Must have been a bit of dew on the ground or he's just that fast. Brad Hill comes in with a pretty good tackle and unfortunately gives away a free kick. It's not until later he realises the umpire has paid a free kick against him and he gives him the Bradley Beal look like, who, me? I have no idea what McIntosh is trying to do here. He taps the ball after it's already bounced on the ground, so if it does go through for a point, it would be a deliberate rushed behind, so it would be a free kick. But he just taps it straight towards the goal line, and Ugle-Hagen's able to run on and kick probably one of the easiest goals in his life. Complete brain fade here. After Dan McStay kicks a goal, there's a little bit of argy-bargy between the two teams and you can see one of the Hawks player completely flattens Nick Dacos and he's given a free kick pretty much directly out front of goal and he kicks another goal. This is an absolute coach killer. You can see the massive confusion a wrong direction pointed free kick can be in the game of AFL. Anyone can make it and it's an honest mistake, but you can see that all the players are running into the Saints forward line when it's actually a Carlton free kick. The umpire's just pointed the wrong way. Nothing more to it, just found it quite interesting. I haven't looked yet, but I would imagine that there's going to be a few fines here for fighting, I guess, between the Crows and the Gold Coast Suns. I'm not entirely sure if there's any sort of background behind this, but there was a fair bit of niggle between the two teams. Does anyone know why these guys were fighting so much?
Hicks taken down after he got rid of it. He's got to be careful. It's really on now. Yeah. King comes in, Roses is there.
There wasn't a lot in. I think Benji put a little bit of mayo on it just to make sure the free went down the line.
Cheetahs is in there and Keen.
Take a look at the score and take a look at the time. The poise to kick a goal from here, check side no less, is absolutely amazing and it takes some serious balls to do this. What an absolute ripper goal from Frederick here. Is this another case of match fixing here between Richmond and Western Bulldogs? Not sure if Studi's actually done anything on this, that was a joke. But you can see that randomly the Bulldogs were given a point and then about 10-15 seconds later there was a point taken off them. I guess that's what you get when you let the apprentice play with the scoreboard. Do you think McCreary will have anything to answer for his hit on Sicily here?
And what we've seen so far this year, that should have been downfield.
I don't think I've ever seen someone who is so consistently bad at kicking for goal kick so many goals and still get a game. I mean, he's kicked more AFL goals than me, but sometimes you just think, how does this guy play footy when his foot skills are either hot on or completely trash? Not entirely sure if Marlon Pickett deserves a fine here, but the commentators just need to reel it back a little bit. They're a little bit unhinged here with some of their comments, which I will play for you. They do say that the fan should be banned for life. I think that's pretty extreme for a non-violent attack or touch on a player. And also they're congratulating Pickett for not punching the guy. That seems a little extreme to me as well.
Ever touch a player on the ground.
No way.
I don't care who you are, but that fan right there should be banned for life.
Yeah, should be kicked out, absolutely. We don't want to see that in the game. Just such a dangerous situation. You know what? Marlon Pickett should be congratulated for keeping under control.
Yeah.
He could have quite easily just gone bang and put one on his chin. Anyway, here we go for the last quarter. Can the Tigers show some form?
We can clearly hear it, and I reckon Shea Bolton probably does too, as the umpire is right there. He does call play on a couple times, and he doesn't move. Cody Waitman goes in and tackles him and gets paid for holding the ball. Pretty simple here. You do see sometimes, you know, when it's kicked and it's touched off the boot, that they'll say play on, play on, play on. But if they don't hear, then I guess they'll ball it up. But the umpire was pretty confident that he did hear, and he just chose not to do anything. So I don't know what Shea was thinking he was going to get the advantage of out of this. But anyway, on the ball, I think is the right call. I haven't seen the MRO findings for this yet, but Toby is back at it again. He hits him with one elbow, two elbows, and then the knee to the throat. Surely this has to be at least a fine, if not a possible suspension, as he's a repeat offender. What are your thoughts and opinions on this? This is not a footy act, doesn't need to be in footy. There's other ways that you can beat your opponent besides putting your knee into their throat. It's not a good look. You can see Viney gets dragged into this little argy-bargy a little bit, and he gets taken to ground accidentally, but you can see he doesn't like it, and he just completely flips Simpkin. Nothing more to it. I just found it quite funny that he's that strong that he can just flip him on a whim.
Was it something I said?
Would have you paid this as a mark? Watching it live, I actually did think this was a mark, but watching in slow-mo, I'm not entirely sure. What would have you called? I have absolutely no idea how Chad Wingard thought he was going to get away with this one. He just completely grabs the ball in one hand and just throws it to his teammate. This isn't basketball, mate. This one was a little bit funny. As the Bulldogs brought their sub on, you can see that they actually quickly showed on the sign that the activated sub was Arthur Jones and the person coming on was Arthur Jones. They realised their mistake very fast and changed it pretty quick. And that's it for this week. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the video very soon about the suspensions that happened this week. I've got a lot to catch up on, and hopefully I can get it done by tomorrow or hopefully by the next day, and I'll see you then. Thanks for watching.